Welcome to an exploration into the world of flattery and manipulation. Today we're going to unravel the art of toxic manipulation, a topic that often lies hidden beneath layers of seemingly innocent compliments and praises. Flattery, as we all know, is a social tactic used to make someone feel good about themselves. It's a way to build rapport, to connect, and to communicate appreciation or admiration. But what happens when this tool is wielded with a darker intent? What happens when flattery becomes a weapon of manipulation? This is where we introduce the work of Jason Whiting, PhD, a renowned expert in the field of relational communication. Dr. Whiting has extensively studied the dynamics of manipulation and flattery. His work sheds light on how flattery can be used to control and deceive, and how it can be transformed from a tool of connection to one of coercion. As we delve deeper into this topic, we will uncover the subtle yet powerful tactics that manipulators use, often cloaked in the guise of flattery. We'll learn how these tactics work, how they can impact relationships, and most importantly, how to protect ourselves against them. Our aim here is not to induce fear or suspicion, but to educate and empower. Knowledge, after all, is the first line of defense. By understanding the mechanics of these manipulation techniques, we can better navigate our social interactions and relationships and ensure that we're not being unduly influenced or controlled. So buckle up as we delve into the mechanics of flattery as a manipulation tool. We're about to embark on a journey that will reveal the darker side of flattery and provide you with the tools to safeguard yourself against its misuse. Remember, it's not about living in fear, it's about living with awareness. By the end of this journey, we hope you'll be more equipped to recognize, understand, and counteract the art of toxic manipulation. To understand flattery as a manipulation tool, we first need to understand its science. Flattery, in essence, is a social phenomenon, a verbal exchange that is designed to please or appease the ego of the recipient. It's a fascinating blend of psychology and sociology, a unique dance of words and emotions. According to Jason Whiting, a renowned psychologist, flattery works because it plays on our innate need for validation and approval. Our brains are wired to respond positively to praise. It releases feel-good chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine, creating an emotional high that is both addictive and influential. We often seek to repeat this feeling, making us more susceptible to the person who provides it. This is where manipulators step in, using flattery as a tool to influence our perceptions and behaviors. So how does it work? Well, when someone flatters us, it triggers a cognitive bias known as the halo effect. This means that if we perceive one positive trait about a person, we tend to view their other traits more positively as well. For instance, if someone compliments our intelligence, we're more likely to perceive them as intelligent too. Manipulators use this to their advantage. They flatter us, creating a positive perception of themselves in our minds. They then use this positive perception to influence our behaviors, making us more likely to agree with them or do things that benefit them. It's a subtle and powerful form of psychological manipulation. Moreover, flattery can also distort our self-perception. When we're consistently told that we're smart, attractive, or talented, we start to believe it. This can lead to an inflated sense of self-worth, making us more vulnerable to manipulation. After all, we're more likely to trust someone who validates our positive self-view. But remember, not all flattery is manipulative. Genuine compliments can enhance relationships and boost self-esteem. The key is to recognize when flattery is being used as a tool for manipulation, and that starts with understanding the science behind it. Now that we understand the science, let's examine some common manipulative flattery techniques. Manipulators have a wide array of flattery techniques at their disposal, and they're not always easy to spot. So let's delve into some of the most common ones. First up, we have excessive compliments. This is when someone showers you with praise, often too early in the relationship or in a situation that doesn't warrant it. It's like they're trying to sell you a used car, only the car is their personality and the price is your trust. Next, we have false intimacy. This is when the manipulator pretends to share your interests or values, creating a sense of connection that isn't really there. They might say something like, "I've always felt the same way about that," or "That's exactly what I believe too." And just like that, they've created a bond based on, well, nothing. Then there's the backhanded compliment. This is a manipulator's way of keeping you off balance. They'll compliment you, but in a way that also undermines you. You've probably heard this one before. You're so smart for someone who didn't go to college, or you're pretty good at this for a beginner. It's a compliment, sure, but it's also a put-down. The comparison flattery technique is another common one. This is when the manipulator compares you favorably to others, but in a way that's designed to make you feel superior and indebted to them. They might say something like, "You're so much more interesting than my other friends," or "I wish everyone was as understanding as you." It's a subtle way to make you feel special and, more importantly, to make you feel like you owe them something. Finally, there's future faking. This is when the manipulator promises a future together to make you feel special and committed. They might say, "We'll travel the world together one day," or "I can see us growing old together." It's a powerful way to manipulate because it taps into our hopes and dreams. These are just some of the techniques that manipulators use based on the research of Jason Whiting, PhD. Now, you might be wondering, how can you protect yourself from such manipulation? Before we continue, if you're finding this content valuable, do consider subscribing for more videos in our series about manipulation. Our channel is a resource hub dedicated to unmasking the hidden intricacies of manipulation, flattery, and so much more. We delve deep into the science, the psychology, and the art of these techniques. By subscribing, you're not just joining a community, you're equipping yourself with knowledge that can help you navigate through the complex labyrinth of human interactions. We promise to deliver content that is insightful, enlightening, and most importantly, useful. Whether you want to understand these tactics to protect yourself or to foster healthier relationships, we've got you covered. We're here to help you dissect the complexity of manipulation and the role of flattery in it. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Now, let's get back to our discussion on how to protect yourself from flattery manipulation. Protecting yourself from flattery manipulation begins with awareness. Yes, awareness. It's the key that unlocks the door to understanding and countering manipulative flattery. And who better to guide us through this than Jason Whiting, a renowned expert in the field? Whiting's extensive research and advice on this topic offer invaluable strategies to identify and protect oneself from flattery manipulation. His first piece of advice? Be skeptical. If someone's compliments seem too frequent, too over the top, or out of line with what you know about yourself, that's a red flag. It's essential to scrutinize and question these situations, not to become overly cynical, but to ensure your emotional well-being. Next, Whiting encourages us to consider the source. If a person is known for their manipulative behavior or has a history of insincere flattery, their compliments might not be as genuine as they sound. Remember, flattery is a common tool used by manipulators to win your trust and affection. Thirdly, Whiting suggests setting boundaries. If you feel uncomfortable with the level or nature of someone's flattery, it's okay to express that. It's okay to say no, to distance yourself, or to change the subject. You're under no obligation to accept flattery that makes you uneasy. Lastly, Whiting emphasizes the importance of self-esteem. If you're confident in your worth and abilities, you're less likely to fall prey to flattery manipulation. So, invest time in nurturing your self-esteem. Read, learn, grow, and most importantly, love yourself. Whiting's advice is like a compass for navigating the often confusing and murky waters of flattery manipulation. But remember, it's not about creating a world of suspicion and doubt. It's about equipping yourself with the knowledge and tools to distinguish between sincere praise and manipulative flattery. And with that, we arrive at the end of our deep dive into the world of flattery manipulation. Remember, knowledge is your best defense against manipulation. Stay aware, stay skeptical, and never underestimate the power of a well-informed mind. Let's recap what we've learned about flattery as a manipulation tool. We've journeyed through the art and science behind flattery, explored common manipulation tactics, and discussed how to shield ourselves from such toxic behavior. Firstly, we delved into the art of toxic manipulation. We learned that manipulation isn't always overt. It's often subtle, disguised as flattery. It's the compliment that makes you blush, the praise that lifts your spirits, or the admiration that makes you feel special. Yet beneath this veneer of kindness lies a hidden intention to control or deceive. Next, we investigated the science behind flattery. We discussed how flattery activates reward centers in our brains, making us more inclined to trust and like the person offering the praise. This is why flattery can be such a potent tool for manipulation. We then explored common flattery manipulation techniques, from the excessive compliments that feel too good to be true, to the insincere praise designed to win your trust. We've uncovered many tactics manipulators use to their advantage. In the fourth part of our journey, we made a call to action. We invited you to subscribe for more enlightening content in our series about manipulation. We're committed to providing you with the knowledge and tools to protect yourself and your loved ones from these toxic behaviors. Moving on, we discussed how to protect ourselves from flattery manipulation. We emphasized the importance of awareness, of recognizing when something feels off, and the need to maintain healthy boundaries. We also highlighted the value of trusting our instincts and the power of saying no. Throughout our discussion, we've referenced the insightful work of Jason Whiting, PhD. His research into the dynamics of manipulation and deception has been invaluable in understanding the mechanisms of flattery as a manipulation tool. As we close this chapter, it's important to remember that knowledge is power. The more we understand about these manipulation techniques, the better equipped we are to deal with them. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's continue to learn and grow together, to empower ourselves and others, and to create a world where manipulation and deception have no place. So I leave you with this question. Which of these strategies will you work on first? Comment below and let's continue the discussion. With every comment, every shared experience, and every piece of advice, we deepen our understanding and strengthen our community. And that, my friends, is the best defense against manipulation. In the end, remember, the best relationships are built on respect, honesty, and genuine affection, not on manipulation or deceit. So let's strive for authenticity in all our interactions. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you.